Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Smith from Backbench Coder. So this is the second last part of this series, and in this section we are going to animate our portfolio using Framer Motion. Oh, by the way guys, if you have not watched the introduction part, please watch that to get an idea about the final product. Or if you just want to continue from this part, you will get the source code in the description box up to this part. So you can just clone the repo and then follow along. Okay, now before I explain what is Framer Motion and all these stuffs, let me show you what we are going to make in this video. Okay, so this is my final product, and let's go to this ongoing project, which is running on localhost 3000. Okay, so basically we don't have any animation. Click on this resume, no animation. Click on the about, click on the projects, not at all. Now just go to the final product and then click on resume. Here it is. Click on projects, nice Stagger Animation. Click on about, and here it is. Again click on projects, click on a project, nice. Minimalistic but quite impressive. Okay, so what is Framer Motion? Okay, so Framer Motion is an open source React animation library using which you can make production ready animation. You can build gesture animation, variants, keyframe, drag, motion values, exit animation and much more using its simple syntax. So here is a syntax. This is actually a nice playground to play with the Framer Motion animation. You can just find that in the official website. Okay, so yeah, this is quite cool. It may seem a crazy syntax, but believe me, it is quite simple. Okay, so here is the documentation. I'll put the link in the description box so you can just check that out. And here is the npm package. So you can install that using npm iframer motion. So let it install. Go to your code editor, open your terminal, actually split your terminal, and npm iframer motion. That's it. Okay, so the installation is done, and let's start the coding part. So what we are going to animate? Okay, so first of all we are going to animate this bar, this skill bar. So what is the animation? Go to about, click on resume again, here it is. So basically we are going to animate the width. So initially the width is around 10 pixels, and at the end it will take the original width. That's it. Let's see it again. Go to about, go to resume, nice. But what is the syntax? How can we animate that? Yeah, here it is. Let's see the syntax again. Okay, so first of all you can see this motion dot. What is this motion dot? If you want to animate a HTML element, you need to convert that element to a motion element. And how can you convert this to motion element? Using this motion dot. By using this motion dot, it can access the motion API. And then you can just pass the animate as the property, or the best option is you can create an object, and inside that object you need to create two nested objects. One object contains the value about the initial state. For example, here is the hidden object. I mean the name of the object is hidden. It contains the value about the initial state, which is opacity 0. Oh, let me just zoom in. And then the other object will contain the value about the ending of the animation, which is here in this case visible. So at the end it will have opacity of 1. That's it. That's how easy this is to animate in Framer Motion. Okay, enough talk, let's do it. So we are going to animate the bar, right? So just go to the bar.tsx, go to your components, go to bar.tsx, close the sidebar. I guess I need to zoom in. Great. Okay, so let's create the object first. So let's name this variance, and then inside that object I'll create one object for the initial state. Initial, you can name this hidden or whatever you want. So the initial state, the width is around 0. That's it. And then create a second object. Let's name this animate, whatever you want to name. Okay, at the end of the animation it should take the exact width, which is the bar width, this variable. That's it. Now you can also pass some transition, and you need to pass the transition inside this animate property. So transition, which is again a separate object. Oh, I missed a comma. I'll set a duration of around 0.4 seconds. That's it. And now we need to pass this property. So we need to animate this div, and to animate we need to convert this div to a motion div. And how can we convert to motion div? We need to import the motion from Framer Motion first of all. So import motion from Framer Motion. Great. And now just add motion at first, motion.div, that's it. And notice that you also need to put the motion dot at the closing tag. Okay, so save this, and now we can pass the property. So first of all, we need to pass the variance which we have just created. Nice. And then you need to pass another two property, which is initial and animate. So initial. Now what is the value of the initial? The value of the initial is the name of this object. Here in this case the name of the object is initial, so you need to pass the name of the object as string. Again I repeat, you need to pass the name of the object as string. So just pass the name of the object as string, so initial, and then the second property, which is animate, is again the name of the object, which is animate. Name of the object, name of the object, name of the object, a string, a string, a string. Okay, save this, and that's it. It should animate. Let's see. Click on resume. Oh, it did animate, but we can still improve that. Yeah, how? Let's see. So if you just notice the animation, you can see a spring effect. Spring effect, spring. Yeah, look at this. It's kind of spring effect. So you can add that effect in the transition. Let's see the documentation. Yeah, got it. So you can pass a type of transition. Here in this case, this is a type of spring. Now some transition properties are only available for a particular transition. For example, this stiffness and this damping are only available for the spring. So let's add the spring animation. Go to the variance inside this transition property, add a type, and the type is spring. Oops, I can't type spring. I'll also pass a value which is damping, which is around 10. This is basically the value of the bounce. And then a stiffness, the stiffness of a spring, which is 100. Now again I repeat, these properties are only available for the type of spring. Now there are some other types of animation available in Framer Motion, and all those have some specific properties which is only valid for that particular animation. Just some Framer Motion thing. Now let's see this again. Go to localhost 3000. It should refresh. Let's click on resume, and here is the spring effect. Nice. Okay, so that's how it is done. And now let's animate this top part. Let's see the animation first. Okay, just click on about. Go to about again and look at the top animation. This is basically sliding up with a fade-in effect. Let's see this again. Click on resume out. Click on resume. Sliding up with a fade-in effect. Let's do it. So for that we need to go to resume.tsx. We are done with this bar.tsx. We don't need that. Close this, close this, close this. Open the resume.tsx. I guess the name of the page, here it is. Close this. Let's zoom out. Nice. Okay, so basically we need to animate these two separate parts, this div and this div. We can do that. So let's create the variant first. Const variance, not variate. So the initial state, this is what? Opacity 0, and position this to y60 unit. It means 60 pixel because we want a sliding up effect. And then for the animate part, so let's copy this object. Let's change the name. Oh, I misspelled that. It should be initial, not initial. Initial animate. So opacity I want this back to 1 and y back to 0. Nice. So that's our variance ready. And now we need to convert this div to a motion div. And how can we convert that? We need to import motion from Framer Motion. Motion from really easy to animate, guys. So let's animate this div. So for that, let's convert this to motion div using motion dot. And notice that at a closing tag, it is also attached the motion dot. And now we need to pass the variant, which is this variant. And then the initial property, which is the string. The name of the object is initial, which holds our initial properties. Oops, my initial. And again, guys, by this initial, I am referring to this object, this initial object. That's how the syntax of Framer Motion works. So the second property is animate, which is again the string, which is animate. That's it. Save this and just copy these objects and put this for the second div, which is this one. Nice. This is not valid until you convert this div to motion div. So let's convert this motion dot. Beautiful. Let's see this. Go to projects and then go back to resume, and here is my effect, fading up. Fading up, that's a nice name. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to put this object, this variance object, in a separate file so that we can reuse these variants. Just cut this from here, go to your root, create a separate file. Let's name this animations .ts. Put it here. The name of the variant is something like fading up, which is the effect of the animation, fading up, and just export this out, export const. Great. And now just go to resume.tsx, and here you just need to import this fading up variant. So just import that, import fading up from /animation. That's it. And now you just need to pass this fading up instead of this variance. Fading up, and the second one is fading up. It should work fine. Let's just double check this. Go to projects, go to resume. Beautiful. Nice. Next, animate the service card. So just go to about. Let's animate the service card. Let's see the animation again. Go to about. You can see the animation is quite same, the fading up. So here is my service card.tsx. Now look at this. You can just pass the framer motion properties to this div. That's perfectly valid. It will animate your div. But if you want to put stagger animation, which is in this case we want to delete a children animation, look at this. Go to about. It has some delay for each child component. So to put stagger animation, you need to go to the parent div. So just go to index.tsx. Oh, yeah, this is index.tsx, and this is also a reason I had to wrap this using this div so that I can put the framer motion property. First of all, we need to convert this div to motion div, which is just motion dot, and my auto import should do my job. Let's see at the top, motion is imported from framer motion. Great. And now we need to pass the variance. So variance is what? Fading up again, so we need to import that. My auto import should do my job. Fading up from animation, auto imported, I can see that. So fading up is imported from animation, and now we need to pass the other properties, which is initial. The name is initial, again as string, and then the animate, which is again animate. That's it. We should see some animation. Let's see. Go to projects and go back to about, and here it is, the fading up effect. But we want to delete the children. For that, we need to create the stagger animation. So let's create a variant first. Again, the process is same, guys. We need to convert the div to motion div. Here in this case, we need to convert this parent div to motion div and pass the variants. Very simple. Go to animation.ts, copy an object. The name of the variant is stagger. Cool. I don't want anything at the initial, nothing for the animate, but we want to put the transition. So transition is an object, and here you just need to pass the stagger children property. Everything is available in the documentation, guys. Just please look at that. So stagger children is around 0.1. So 0.1 second delay for every child. And now just go to index.tsx, target the parent div, which is this one, pass the variance, which is stagger, should be auto imported, and then the initial property, which is initial. Okay, and the second property is animate, which is animate. Great. And let's convert this div to motion div. Beautiful. And now here is the thing. If you animate a child which has a stagger effect, we are animating this div using the stagger effect. So for that, you need to remove this initial and animate for the child element. Now don't worry, it will just take the initial and animate property from the parent. That's it. So it will just take the initial and animate from this div. Okay, so just save this and let's see. Go to projects. You can already see that. Just again go to projects, go to about. Nice. Hey guys, I just faced an error regarding the framer motion, which was quite unexpected. So the error is something like this. This is because of the latest Framer Motion updates. So if you face this error, just downgrade the package. For that, you just need to go to a terminal and install the version 3.10.3. So npm I Framer Motion @3.10.3. I've already installed that. You can also see in my package.json. Oops. Well, this error took around 1 hour of my time. I'll also mention that at the starting of the video during the editing part, so just chill. Okay, now continue building the animation. So let me just close this, go to your index.tsx, and here I guess you have imported motion, and then convert this div to Framer Motion, add stagger effect to the parent div, then pass the initial property and the animate property, and then for the child product you convert this div to Framer Motion and just pass the variance to fade in up. That's it. Save this. My server is running on localhost 3000. Just go to the localhost 3000, refresh the page, and here is my stagger effect. Cool. Let's go to projects and then go back to about. Nice. Okay, let's do the project section. So let's see what is the animation. Let's go to final product. Let's click on projects. Yeah, it has the same animations, so you can just fade in up for the child and then just wrap this with a stagger animation. Yeah, we can do that. So just go to the projects.tsx. Okay, first I need to import the motion, but my auto import can do that. So this is my parent div, right? We need to add the stagger effect on this parent div. So add motion dot div. Let's try to auto import this. Control and space, auto imported. Nice. And then just copy all the properties from the index.tsx. Here this is variance initial animate. Copy these three, go to projects.tsx, pass this, import the stagger, would be auto imported from animations. Nice. And then for the child div, also add the motion so that it can access the motion API. Nice. And now just pass the variance. So the variance is not stagger but fading up. Oh, my fading up, yeah. Auto imported, come on, auto import, you can do that. Nice. And I'll also pass the key here, not inside this projects card. Just cut this, pass the key here, again just a React thing. Okay, nice. So it should add the animation. Let's see. Nothing happened. Why? Refresh the page. Yeah, cool. Again go to about, go to projects. Nice. And now just click on a project. I should animate this inner project card, right? So just go to the final version, click on a project. So again it has a stagger effect with a fading up. That's how easy to do animation in Framer Motion. You just create the variance first and then just reuse that. Okay, so let's do that. Go to inner project card. So for that I need to go to project card.tsx. I need to animate this part, this show detail part, right? Okay, cool. Oh, by the way guys, you will get all the code in the description box. So if anything goes wrong in your code, you can just check that out. Okay, so just target this div, this parent div, and add the stagger animation, motion.div. Also import the motion from Framer Motion. Nice. Add the properties. Oops. Let's copy this from index.tsx. This one, stagger initial animate. Go to projects card. Put it here, import the stagger. Cool. Okay, nice. And now I need to animate these children. So to animate this image, I wrap this image with a div. So div, wrap this. Nice. Save this. I'll convert this div to motion div and pass the fading up effect. So just copy this variance. Oh, don't need to copy. Why to copy? Okay, so that's all for this image. And then target this second div, convert this to motion div, and pass the animation, which is variance is fading up. Copy this, pass this here. That's it. Save this. I'm done with the left side. Done. Let's test this out. Click on a card. Oh, it's a final product, bro. Click on a card. Nice. Click on a card. Nice. Okay. I need to add some padding, but I'll do that in the refactoring part. And now let's add the animation for the right section. So again I need to add the stagger effect for the right parent. Copy these properties. Actually close this. This is my second div. Put the properties. convert the div to motion div. Nice. And now you need to convert each child to motion element. So age1, let's convert this to motion element using motion dot. First of all, let's add all the motion first. Okay, let's target this div, add motion dot. That's it, I guess. Yeah, that's it. And now just add the variance, which is fading up. So just using a multi cursor I can do that. Yep. So variance is fading up. Great. Save this and let's see. Tomorrow is my exam and I'm recording a video. Anyway, just click on a card. Nice. Click on another card. Beautiful. So with this, all the animation inside the page is done. Right, so we have animated the project section, we have animated the about section, and we have also animated the resume section. And now we need to animate the routes. Let me show you how this works. Let's go to final product. Okay, just click on this about. Look at this. It looks like it just fades out and then fades in. Click on projects. Look at this. Nice. Yeah, let's do that. So for that you just need to go to _app.tsx, which is our special file where our component lives. _app.tsx. So basically we need to animate which part? This component part, because this is ultimately the page, right? Okay, just remove this. Just remove this about. We don't need that. What kind of comment is that? Navbar is navbar. Nice comment. So to animate a route, you need to wrap this component with animate presence. So just import this animate presence from Framer Motion. Import from Framer Motion. The name of the component is animate presence. Oh, my animate presence. Yeah, here it is. And then just wrap this component. Oops. Animate presence. Wrap this. Cool. But it will not work until you specify a key. So just pass the key to this component. This is important because using this key, Framer Motion will identify which page to animate. So the key is router.route, and from where this router is coming. So we can get the router using the property. So destructure this router, save this, and it should be fine. So this is the first step we need to do to animate the route. And now let's define the animation. So for that, let's go to animations.ts. Again, the process is same, guys. You need to create a variance and then pass this to the motion component. So let's copy a variant, basically duplicate that. Let's name this what? Route animation. Route animation. Cool. Or route fade in, whatever. Okay, at the initial stage, what I want the opacity to be 0. Opacity 0. Cool. And at the animate state, what I want the opacity back to 1. Cool. And then just remove the stagger animation. Inside this transition part, I'll add a delay of 0.1 second and duration is around 0.1 second. Cool. Save this and now just go to index.tsx. Okay, this is my page. We need to pass this variant to the wrapper div, right? So just convert this div to motion div, motion dot, and just pass the properties. So variance is what? Route should be auto imported, route animation or something like that. Yep, route animation. Cool. And then the initial, which is initial, I just missed the tab 9. Yeah, animate is animate. Cool. Save this. Let's see. Go to about. Something happened. Click on resume. Yeah, so some kind of animation happened, but that is very silly. But we can do better. So let's do that. Let's add the animation to the other pages. Don't worry, guys, we'll improve the animation. Okay, so just copy this variance initial and animate. Go to projects.tsx, convert the wrapper div to motion div, motion dot. Cool. Just pass the properties. Nice. Just import that. My router animation should be imported from animation. Nice. And now just go to where? About? No, not about. This resume.tsx. Okay, just target the wrapper div, convert this div to motion div. I love Framer Motion, by the way. I love everything, man. Okay, so just convert this div to motion div and pass the properties. Nice. Import the route animation from animation. Cool. And let's see. Click on resume. About something happening, but That's not what we want. So basically what's happening is we are animating this when the page did mount, but we are not animating this when the page is exiting. Okay. So for that we can pass another property which is called exit. So just go to animation, just go to this route animation. After this animate, I can pass another property which is exit. So opacity, again I want back to 1, and then you can also pass transition. So our delay is 0.1, and in ease effect, this is ease in out, which is built in framer motion. Okay, and now I have the exit property, right? So just go to every page and just pass this exit property. Exit to exit. Remember we need to pass this as string, so just copy this, go to projects.tsx, pass this, let's go to resume.tsx, pass this, save this. Let's see, refresh the page, let's go to resume. There is something wrong in this animation, but before that you can see this distortion. Something is wrong, but before that you can see the distortion of pages. We can fix that. So for that we need to pass a property which is called exit before enter. So just go to underscore app.tsx and pass exit before enter. That's it. So it will just wait for the current animation to be finished, and then only it will start the next animation. So save this. Let's see. Click on about, click on projects, about. Yeah, there is the animation, but something is wrong. We can do better. What's the problem? We are wrapping the component, we are also passing the key, wrapping this with animate presence, and then just pass the exit animation as exit. What's the problem? Oh, I know why. Opacity not 1, its opacity should be 0, bro. Sorry. The duration is back to 0.1. Just click on resume. Yeah, great. Click on about. Nice. Click on projects. Let it load. Nice. Click on resume, projects. Beautiful. Click on about. Go to projects. Click on a card. Nice. So that's it, guys. That's all for the framer motion part. I hope you have enjoyed this course. I really enjoyed this framer motion library. So that's it. See you in the next video. In the next video, we are going to refactor our project. For example, I found a bug which is this one. Just click on a project and then click on another project, and now just close this. The previous project is still showing, so that's a bug I need to fix. I need to fix this scroll bar. So that's a lot of stuff to do. So we'll catch you in the next video. And by the way, guys, if you enjoy this video, please hit the like button. At least please show some support so that I can continue this project. So see you in the next video. Bye.